For my podcast, I decided to do Madonna. And the reason that I did Madonna is because she was a trendsetter. She came out during the time of the MTV and music videos, and she also came out during a time in America where there was a lot of controversy around women's sexuality and pornography and things like that. And she was really the first artist to exploit women's sexuality in a positive way. Before Madonna, you didn't see women really openly showing their sexuality, and she was the first one, especially with music videos. She was, trend-setting in the fact that she explored her sexuality and she did it with class and with tact, and she took that pinup doll kind of look and feel, and added, that sexiness, that womanly appeal into all of her videos. And she just happened to come at a time where it was perfect, and she had perfect timing, and it transcended her to become a legend in the music industry. And the influence that she's had, it's so widespread. I think every artist since then has always kind of looked to Madonna as the way that they should carry themselves, as a good example of how you can be a woman and be sexy and still be a great artist without losing that class, without losing that tact, without seeming like somewhat of a gimmick. I even think back to the MTV Awards where she had the kiss on stage with Britney Spears, and people were shocked, but it was still, kind of classy. And we're still in an age where homosexuality is starting to become more widely accepted, but it's not always fully accepted. And she goes on stage at something as big as the MTV Awards and does that, and everyone kind of was okay with it, because she had made it okay over the years by how she carried herself as an artist. I think the reason that we have to study Madonna is because she's a trendsetter, and I think whenever you're talking about the music industry and you're talking about what people have done in the music industry, you have to look at what they've accomplished, and it has to be, for this month, all of the artists that we've discussed, everybody that we've looked at, has had a profound effect on the music industry, and it's changed the way that the music industry is operated. And Madonna was one of those people who changed the way women were seen in the business, the way women carry themselves in the business. All of this was based off of her and her ability to, sell her sexuality through her videos, but in a classy way, without it being raunchy. And also, she was really one of the first people to bring dance and bring dance home into the house and make it common. Before Madonna, it was still very underground. It was an underground UK theme, and it wasn't so mainstream. It wasn't something you would hear on the radio. But after Like a Virgin and Holiday, Madonna really took that house sound and made it something that has kind of somewhat evolved into what pop is now. And that was really all based off of Madonna's work when she did Like a Virgin and some of the songs that she did that really helped bring that dance style of music into the home. The impact that Madonna's has had on me as a listener is, I think she doesn't get enough credit for her voice. And when you look at a song like Argentina, which is just a complete vocal song where you have to have the chops to carry a song like that, and she does it with such grace, and that was, in the late stages of her career. I think when you look back on it and, all the pop and the dance stuff, there was a little bit of elements of, you could hear her voice, but it didn't stand out. It wasn't what was driving the records. And she did that song, and I don't think she gets enough credit for that. So for me, when I listen to Madonna and I listen to the stuff she's done now, like Time Goes Slowly and Sorry, and her voice is what stands out to me. It's classic, it's unique, and she has range, and she has pitch, and she has tone, and she has a really awesome voice. And I think that's something that really gets left out when we talk about Madonna. I think we just see, the pop side of it and the fame and the celebrity that came with Madonna, and we miss out on the fact that she was an amazing artist with an amazing voice. And I think what I've learned from Madonna, and not just from Madonna, from everyone that we've studied this month, from Kraftwerk, from Brian Eno, from Beatles, from Pet Sounds and the Beach Boys, it's just that in this music industry, you have to push the boundaries. You can't do what everyone else is doing and expect to live on after the music is gone, after the time has passed. If you're a part of a trend and you're following the trend, when that trend is gone, you're gone with the trend. No one's going to remember you. But the people that we remember and the people that we talk about in history consistently are the people who continue to push the boundaries. And the boundaries are wide now with all the possibilities and the capabilities that we can do with Pro Tools and Logic and Reason and Ableton. The boundaries are wide, but you still have to be willing to explore new areas of the music and new ways to use the technology. EDM is blowing up right now, and I think the main reason is because they're exploring the use of these DAWs and the plugins and the filters and all the different ways that they can use technology to their benefit in ways that we couldn't before. And so for me specifically, I think in the next 5 years, as I step fully into this production gear of my career, I've got to continue to push the boundaries. I've got to continue to make new, fresh sounds that no one's ever heard before, and not settle for trying to create what everyone else is doing and just fit in, and just kind of be more of myself and build the music that I hear in my head and merge genres together, and just not be afraid of whether it's going to be accepted or rejected, and just do it because that's what comes naturally to me, and that's what I want to